I'm Mark Adams, and this is episode 51 of Marksmess Podcast. We're with my daughters, Charlotte and Catherine.
Charlotte and Catherine.
We look at the world of geekery, going through the Avengers cartoon, Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. We'll do that later on. We're going to go through episode 5, and we have got a bit of what we've been doing before that, and there's some feedback that we've got that we have to go through, and we have to let people know that if you want to contact us, you can by email.
mymarksmess@gmail.com.
On Twitter.
At Marksmess Podcast at the T.
On our webpage, marksmesspodcast.blogspot.com or something like that. On our Facebook.
Marksmess Podcast.
So, how have we been? We are still in lockdown, but the glimmer of light is coming round the corner.
School! Never thought to say that.
Yeah, Charlotte is back to school next week as we record this. Catherine is back after Easter.
Yay.
They've been doing a lot of work at home. They've been having classes at home over... It's not Zoom, is it?
Whatever school-friendly thing they use, doesn't mean they can be sued.
That's true. And they've had a lot of work and a lot of assignments and things, and they've been working into the evenings as well. So it meant trying to grab time to podcast has been rough. I'm still producing Marksmess 50 for 50, and thank you all to those out there who have been encouraging me, especially ones like Patrick. I put one up the other day, and my wife said, "Oh, somebody's liked it," and I just went, "Yeah, that's Patrick. He's always first to like it." So thank you very much, Patrick.
The other day.
No, you weren't. Patrick was first.
You're too slow.
Too slow.
I was first one time at least.
Maybe once. And also the Sutherlands sent me a message basically reminding me that this is my 50th year. When you turn 50, you're into the 51st year. So that was quite nice. That felt good. And Caroline keeps commenting because she remembers bits with me. We have also been continuing our Saturday night movie night at home.
That's one of the things that distinguishes the days.
It is, because it's quite good because we have snacks halfway through, and our dog has learned that it's snack time.
We start at 7:30 or 7:15, depending how long the movie is. 8:15 is snack time. Scooby will bark when it's snack time until you give him his snack.
Anyway, we haven't done movies in quite a while. And one of the movies that we were going to see with one of the times is Soul, the Disney movie.
Well, that was like last year.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Christmas last year.
We did ask our listener if they would like to write in and tell us what they think of it. And Caroline wrote in quite a lengthy email.
Can I read it?
Yes, please. Caroline says...
Hey podcasters, so you asked if anyone had watched Soul yet? We have. We watched it on Christmas Day. I've been excited about it for a long time, and I thought it would share a lot in common with Inside Out, a film that I really like. There's a lot to like about Soul. It's the first Pixar film where the main character is black, so that's new and positive. It looks amazing, so it's sad that it's not yet going to be seen in cinema screen, because that would look really great on a big screen. It's got a good soundtrack, and I enjoyed the time spent with the characters. It made me laugh. However, I'm left a wee bit disappointed. There's a good story in there, but I don't think this is quite it. The world building is a little bit lacking, so it's unclear exactly what's at stake or why it matters or what the rules are in this setup, compared to Inside Out, which have some really complicated ideas which are made simpler. It felt like it should have a lot more of an emotional wallop, and for me at least, it didn't. Given Pete Docker's previous 2 films, Up and Inside Out, they had a significant emotional impact that I think doesn't quite land, which is a real pity. I'll be watching it again, definitely, but it's not a favourite.
Okay, thank you very much, Caroline. What did you think of it, Catherine?
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I can't remember what the score was. It was like last year. It was a good movie. It was just kind of like the same as all the other Pixar ones. Like, it was very similar to Inside Out, in my opinion.
Well, Inside Out is talking about emotions. Soul's more talking about their soul.
Yeah, but it's the same concept.
It's more the same concept of what's inside than outside. That's only the same thing, really.
But like, it's... I don't know how to explain it, but it just gives off the same, like...
vibes.
Yeah, it just looks the same.
Okay, what about you, Charlotte?
I liked it.
You're a big Disney fan. I mean,
Yeah.
big Disney fan.
Yeah.
Right. What was your favourite bits of it? Now, I mean, you've heard Caroline, or you've read Caroline, and what she has to say about it, and how she's quite erudite. She's quite using, words to describe it, and you're going, it's all right. I liked it. All right.
I did like it though.
What did you like about it? I love the music.
Yeah, I like the music. I like the way it showed off like a different community. Because it showed off more the black community than like just I don't know.
You don't know what you think. You just know you liked it.
It showed off a different community from what it usually shows off.
Right. We did watch Noel. I think we watched it just before Christmas. But Caroline,
Oh, was that the one with
Santa's daughter.
the yoga man?
Yeah.
Yeah, Santa's son. And Caroline says,
We also liked Noelle. It was funny and nicely Christmassy. I didn't quite buy into her emotional journey. Everyone around her seemed to be saying, you were a selfish jerk and now you've learned to be better, and I didn't massively see evidence of her being a selfish jerk. I can see us watching that again next Christmas.
yeah, we liked it. It was Christmassy and things like that. I love the way Caroline can think into movies more than we can.
Better than half my English essays.
Yeah.
Do you write English essays about movies?
I don't know. No.
Well, you write it about stories and...
Well, we're not about a book that was turned into a movie, so...
Most books are. Well, most movies are books even.
Next movie we saw, Scooby-Doo.
Oh, no, it was called... It was Scoob.
Scoob,
And
sorry.
you, fell asleep halfway through it.
Yeah, full disclosure, I fell asleep halfway
That's what
through.
you always do in Christmas. We always watch a DVD we get, and then you always fall asleep halfway through.
That comes from the days when you got Barbie movies for Christmas. So come on, you've got to forgive me for
The
that.
old Barbie movies are like good though.
Good.
No!
Yeah, they should be on Netflix.
They're good.
They are.
Okay. What did you two think about Scoob?
I can't remember, but I think I liked it because just like kind of.
Hey, did
other thing.
was it a fever dream with too much turkey, or was Captain Caveman in it?
Oh, I remember what it was about now. It was like, was that the guy on the ship? Was he like?
I don't know. I was
don't know-
asleep.
I don't know what they were called, but there was.
He was
like,
quite
some
hairy.
Other boy, possibly.
Okay, I must watch it.
And then there was like the space dog thing. The robot.
Right, I don't think we ever got that cartoon over here, but a lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I loved Laugh Olympics back in the day because it had all the Hanna-Barbera characters in it. Anyway, so he was in it. So what did you think of it? Is it a good movie?
Yeah. Scooby-Doo's always good.
Should we have it as a movie night again? Considering me and Mummy probably missed it all.
I think
We should watch some of the older Scooby-Doo ones as a movie night that you apparently got rid of.
I actually quite like the live action ones.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched one Scooby-Doo. I think it was like something about a vampire I watched a couple of weeks ago. And it was like a musical. And I'd never seen it before. And I just wasn't expecting there to be singing in it. It was really weird.
This is keeping in our Christmas tradition of the movies around Christmas. We watched Die Hard. I mean, come on. The classic, quintessential classic action Christmas movie.
I try to remember which one that is.
A big tar and the man in bare feet.
Oh, was there like a glass? Like
There's glass in most movies, Catherine.
There was glass.
Yeah, I
people
think I
run over.
remember it.
Anyway, what do you think?
Wait, is that the one we had the walkie-talkie?
Yes.
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, it was great fun. I mean, it's a
Very
classic
Christmassy.
and a lot of very quotable as
I
well.
pointed out all Christmas music to Charlotte because she was kept complaining it wasn't Christmassy enough.
Yeah. What did you think, Charlotte?
It was boring as anything.
It was exciting.
No.
You mean exciting?
No.
The word you're looking for is exciting.
No.
I got the Has Fallen trilogy of movies for Christmas. Somebody bought me, and we sat down and together we watched Olympus Has Fallen.
We haven't watched the other two yet.
What?
We haven't watched the other
What
two.
was that?
No, we haven't. Hold on. The one where the White House gets taken over, which
And your man who's an
Which
ex,
one?
your man who's an ex-security guard.
Oh, was that the one
His-
where the wife dies? In the car
yes,
thing?
the president's wife. Because we watched the other one before that.
At the start, when they're on the bridge, it's like Christmas and the car slids.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And did you like that one, Charlotte?
I did like that one.
I
That
liked
was
that
exciting.
one too.
Right, okay. We might watch London Has Fallen sometime. Might put that
Yes,
in.
finally somewhere other than America. No
Right.
offense.
Maybe this weekend. Maybe this weekend we'll do that.
But we also have 2012.
Ah, we can watch that.
What's that?
It's basically the same thing.
It's also very close to the time we have snacks.
I keep mixing up all these movies.
Yeah, they get very
But,
wishy-washy.
like, they're good. Like, each of them's good in a different way, probably.
But we did try over the while to watch ones that are a wee bit different. Julie got Military Wives, which is about a choir in England of military wives, so how they're coping with their husbands being away overseas on military service. What did you think? What did you think, Catherine? The look she's given me.
I mean, like, as a movie, it was okay. It just was a bit boring for me. It's like drama, but type of drama you'd see in school. Like, oh, somebody doesn't like me, huh?
Let's put on a show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey.
I liked it. I like music.
You like music. Did you like Bohemian Rhapsody? The story of the rock group, the mega group, Queen.
Probably about the same, yeah.
About the same. I loved it. This was given to me for my birthday last year. Bohemian Rhapsody, it wasn't as accurate as I would have liked, but I loved it because I love Queen, and I was listening to Queen for the week afterwards. Me and Julie were rocking it in the kitchen. Have you listened to much Queen afterwards?
No.
Have you listened to much Queen afterwards?
No.
Young people today, what can I tell you? Okay, Johnny English. Right, Johnny English was basically Rowan Atkinson, who also plays Mr. Bean, so you know him from that. And he is a less than suave super spy. What did you think of it, Charlotte?
I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It was,
I like Rowan Atkinson. He's funny.
yeah.
I mean, some bits were funny, but it just didn't really have that much plot, to be honest.
To be honest, I think it's not aged brilliantly. It's not as good as it was when it first came out, where everybody was talking about it. And, you know, some of the humour is quite childish in a way. I mean, he has to crawl through poo to get into the secret lair, and of course there's a stairway beside there that he could have got in. We went all 90s with our Last Action Hero, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film about a kid with a magic ticket who goes into an action movie. Charlotte, you're...
I did not like it at all.
Yeah, you actually stopped watching it halfway through.
By snack time, we have a rule you have to watch till snack time, and
going on your phone.
yes, and that's all I watched.
Yeah, that's it. What was not good for you?
It was just too cringy and obvious.
I think it was meant to be obvious
But
because they were in a movie about an action movie.
It wasn't a good obvious. It was like, well, duh, that's gonna happen.
Okay. What about you, Catherine? You watched it all with me.
Yeah, it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen. I've definitely seen worse, but it wasn't great.
Okay, after that fiasco, I had to change tactics, so we went for more of a character-driven movie. We went for The Help, about 1950s, 60s southern states of America, and the servants of the houses that were there. What did you think of that, Charlotte?
I enjoyed it. I like historically accurate films.
I think you had an interesting thing about it.
So, like, it was, as a movie, it was good, but it was just really annoying.
In the racism aspect?
Yeah, because it was racist, it was really annoying.
Yeah, but that's good. That shows that you are annoyed by these things and you're not going, ha ha ha, they have to have a toilet outside. That's not very good. Ha ha ha. It's always good to watch something that makes you think outside yourself and makes you appreciate, first of all, your own position in society, but also able to think, well, how can I help people who are less fortunate or are in worse situations than me?
Did you know that if all the billionaires in America gave £30 billion and they would still have lots left over, they could end homelessness in America?
There's a principle called the 80-20 principle. 80% of all the money in the world is owned by 20% of the people.
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. It works with a lot of things. 80% of the food in the world gets eaten by 20% of the people. I mean, how do you solve that? How do you get the billionaires to give? I watched a thing last night on YouTube. It was just this diagram of the richest people in the world. And you're talking about, you know, not just millions, but billions, hundreds of billions.
Like, a million seconds is a couple of hours, but a billion seconds is like a couple of, like, 30-something years.
I worked out the guy who was richest, it was billions. He could give us all £100 each in the world. Everybody. What would you do with your £100, Catherine?
I don't know, we had to do something like this for digital technology in school. But it wasn't really like this, it was more like you had this amount of money. It was like to do with spreadsheets and stuff, because we were doing about Excel. And I said I'd buy the moon and a pterodactyl. They had to make up prices.
Would the pterodactyl live on the moon, or...?
Depends how big the pterodactyl is, and if they breathe air.
I don't think the pterodactyl is bigger than the moon.
Well, you never know. You could get a really big pterodactyl.
Okay. Sometimes you start at questions and you don't know why. One of the movies you bought recently, Catherine, was Howl's Moving Castle. Tell us a wee bit about the movie.
So basically, there's this girl who gets a curse put on her by a witch, and she has to uncurse herself.
Okay, and it's what? The Studio Ghibli?
Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, whatever you call it.
Studio Ghibli. I mean, I've tried Studio Ghibli movies before when you were very young. In fact, probably before you were born. And, they were okay, but we'll watch this in its entirety because that's the rule. You stay with it. It was okay. Some of the bits were really daft, but I can see the appeal of it. What did you think, Charlotte?
I didn't like the way it didn't have background music throughout the whole thing. Sometimes there was just silence and no background music, and that annoyed me.
If that's the biggest criticism you have of the movie.
I also just don't like that style. It's not my thing.
That's okay. The Scarecrow really annoyed me.
Why?
Oh, by the way, I'm a prince and I am in love with you and I'll just hop about all over the place. I'll go on a pogo stick. Trust me, that's a very small, minor inconvenience in the whole movie. It was alright. This is your movie. You hadn't seen it before. What did you think?
Before.
You had?
Yeah.
Where did you see it?
It's on Netflix or something.
A couple of weeks ago, we watched Day After Tomorrow, apocalyptic weather, snow everywhere, and did we enjoy it?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those movies everyone enjoys because it's nice, gentle action type stuff. Nobody gets shot.
I'd seen it before in a couple of years ago in geography. I don't know why we watched it in geography. It's a bit of a weird one.
That's about climate.
Yeah.
Aye, but
about climate change.
there's not really that much to do with geography in it, but I liked it.
Okay.
It was weird because we were watching it on a channel where they sensitized certain bits so it would jump and you're just like, wait. What happened to all those people?
Yeah, there's people who died off camera where I remember them dying on camera.
Yeah.
And you didn't see all the people frozen.
There were certain bits that weren't in it.
Yes.
It was a bit weird. Not
A wound wasn't shown and you're just like,
And then you remember watching that bit. It's like, where did they go?
well, I don't.
And one of Charlotte's key things, whether she likes a movie or doesn't, does the dog survive?
Yes, the dog survived and thank goodness.
Yeah, I think they should have that in every, ratings, it's
There is actually-
PG, DG. PG, parental guidance, DG, dog good.
There is a website where you can see if the dog dies.
No.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but I read about it somewhere.
Dog good, dog.
Comment if you know what the website is, please.
We're going to have to Google that later on. And last week, I thought I'd bring you some American history, something, I like to look into. Watch The Post, which is the Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep one about the Washington Post newspaper and secret documents from the Nixon era. Didn't really understand it all, but this was an annoying movie. Not because of the movie, I thought the movie was good, but at every 5 minutes, what's happening? Who's that? Who are they?
That wasn't us.
It was a wee bit fast paced.
I think it was a wee bit subtle in its storylines.
Yeah, because you didn't quite know what they were doing.
I did not like this movie. It was one of the most boring things I've ever seen.
Really?
The most interesting thing was the girl made loads of money selling lemonade.
I would have liked if they showed a wee bit. I know it was after the Vietnam War, or was it during?
It was during at the very end of Vietnam War.
It would have been nice if they showed a wee bit more of that, because I remember learning in school about the Vietnam War. I think it was the Vietnam War.
Yeah, afterwards I started watching All the President's Men, which is a 1976 movie, which is set just after this. In fact, the last scene in The Post is the first scene in All the President's Men, so it's quite a good bookend movies. That's it. That is what we've watched so far. We haven't watched Wonder Woman 1986? 1984 yet.
Because we can't get it anywhere.
No, which is okay.
Actually, I think it might be pre-order on DVD or something.
We haven't seen WandaVision, but we are going to get it at the end of this month. We're going to binge it. Falcon and Scarlet Witch. That's
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. But what we are doing at the moment is watching through all the Marvel movies.
Yes.
Which is because we haven't done it all together.
Because we have them
the
all.
three of us, not Julie, because she's not interested.
We have them all on DVD.
Yeah, so every lunchtime we watch half an hour of it or something like that. And we've got to Age of Ultron so far.
Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah, but we are going to get Disney Plus, so recommend any movies that we should watch on a Saturday night from Disney Plus.
Do please do that. That is a very good...
Considering we only have 4 movies to fill, movie slots, and one of them's already filled.
Hey, I can get other one.
And The Lost Dragon or something, or The Last Dragon.
Oh, yes,
like
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a review. It's meant to be quite good.
There you go.
Why did they give the dragon, like, it looks like... So, Disney seems to have this thing where when they make the kind of 3D animated movies, all the characters' faces look the same, like the females. And the dragon has that same face, which is kind of
female?
weird.
They're trying to make sure the audience knows the dragon is female.
But, like...
There's also a baby in it.
Does it look like that too?
Yeah.
Thief baby.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Yeah.
away from this fantastic discussion about the merits of different movies, we're going to take a break as we go and Google dogs, if dogs survive in certain movies. I don't look up Old Yeller.
I don't know what
That's why I don't... You know those movies? Charlotte really likes
A Dog's
them.
Purpose. I
Yeah,
only like
and,
it
like-
because they have lots of puppies.
Like the Dog's Purpose or Dog's Life one. I don't like those ones. It's basically just like, oh, here's this dog. He's dead. He's re-alive. He's alive again. He's dead. Like,
But there's so many puppies and doggos.
die.
Yeah, but you don't see them die. You just see
I wonder
another
what it says in that site about that movie, A Dog's Purpose.
Just like, none of the dogs in
Hold
this
on.
movie survive. Good
You
luck.
don't know that.
I've watched it.
When did you watch it?
With us.
Yeah, you forced us to watch it.
It was a movie night a year or two ago.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. So.
Right, well, we go and check out that as well. We'll have a break and listen to these promos for some fantastic podcasts that I know I enjoy. Enjoy.
Delicious.
So we'll see you in a minute or two. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Jeff and Merc present Unpacking the Power of Power Pack,
where we journey through each issue of the most underrated Marvel series of the 80s while drinking beer.
analyzing awesome and amazing adolescent adventures and absorbing alcohol.
We got kids with powers, we got villains with attitude.
We got superhero guests, like all of them from the Marvel Universe.
We have thematically appropriate beer reviews.
We have good jokes and bad song parodies.
One stop for all your Power Pack pod-pleasing procurements.
And we got alliteration.
Find Unpacking the Power of Power Pack wherever fine podcasts are played.
Costumes on.
Guys, we finally developed our time machine. Should we use it to go back and see how Stonehenge was built?
Or become friends with Hitler and convince him to stay in art school. Or we could go back in time and get the comic books we missed. Yeah!
The Comic Book Time Machine. A journey back in time to explore comic books. Good and bad. Whether from 7 decades ago or 7 days ago. Join our journey at comicbooktimemachine.com.
And we're back. The 5th story in the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon is surrounds Antman and the Wasp, and the synopsis here is from Marvel Database. Hank Pym is just outside Wakanda studying a vibranium ore sample under the protection of S.H.I.E.L.D. when the camp is attacked by Ulysses Claw and his mercenaries. He shrinks down to Ant-Man and begins to take them out the mercenaries when Claw loads the vibranium sample into his sonic weapon. Pym then activates another device and shrinks the entire lab down, with Claw and his men still inside. Ants then take the rest of the mercenaries out, while Hank deals with Claw. After returning to normal size, Claw freaks out and runs into the jungle, escaping. Then, change of scene where Hank is working in his lab late one night when his eyes, which is boring to Jan. When an explosion catches her attention, she goes to investigate and discovers Whirlwind. He broke into Sonic's lab and stole an item. Wasp leads him off and they run into a giant cloud of termites called by Ant-Man. After blowing the termite cloud away, Whirlwind begins launching his wrist blades at Jan. She dodges them and blasts Whirlwind point blank in the face, knocking him out cold. Whirlwind is being escorted to his cell in the big house. When he decides to try and break free, a giant arm bursts through a roof and a single finger pins him to the ground. Looking up, he sees an enormous Hank Pym holding him in place until more guards arrive and take him into custody. Later, Hank begins to argue with Fury about the ethics of his prison he created. Fury asks him if they even bothered to ask what Whirlwind stole. A sonic disruptor for Claw. Inside the big house, Whirlwind is wanting to know why none of the other prisoners try to escape. Then the mad thinker tells him that there is no need. In the African nation of Wakanda, the man-ape comes to challenge T'Chaka, the king, to combat. With the unseen help of Claw, T'Chaka is defeated and killed, and Man-Ape proclaims himself the new king of Wakanda. T'Challa runs off and, donning his heritage of the Black Panther mantle, leaves Wakanda. Okay, so what did you think? First of all, let's go through the new characters in the cartoon. Antman and Wasp, what do you think of them?
Ant-Man's a lot blonder than he is in the movie.
Well, it's a different Ant-Man, because it's the old guy Ant-Man, Hank Pym.
Hank Pym.
Yeah.
And then his wife.
His wife, Wanda. So I know it's
Wanda?
not Wanda.
Yeah.
What's his what? Janet.
I was gonna say.
I'm obsessed with WandaVision. I love the Janet Van Dyne in this. She is a lot more fun. You have Ulysses Claw, and you know him from the Marvel movies.
We do?
Yeah. In Age of Ultron, he buys up all the vibranium for Ultron, and in Black Panther, he's in the first
Is that your British guy?
No, what?
The British guy.
Well, he plays South African. You'll know him when we see him. We're doing
With one arm.
with one arm, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who we're talking about here.
We also have Whirlwind, which we don't know from the movies, and I don't really know that much from the comics. I haven't seen him that much in the
I have a
comics.
feeling he was in the Spider-Man cartoon.
No, that's
I
what I was
probably-
thinking of. It was the Nugget guy. He looks like him.
The Nugget guy.
Ronald McDonald.
No, it's something Nugget. I can't remember.
Catherine is now Googling it like mad. We also have, when they get to the big house, first of all, we find out what the 4 jails are. Right? We've seen the cube, we've seen the vault, but now we've got the big house and mention of the raft, and that'll come in the next episode. And we see people who are in the big house, but we'll come to that in a while.
This guy.
Oh, Juggernaut.
Yeah, I don't know why I always thought it was Nugget. I always thought it was Nugget.
Or Juggernugget.
That sounds good.
Juggernugget.
Juggernaut.
That's what I always
That should
thought
be
it was.
his wee boy. Like, if he has a wee boy, you should call him Juggernaut.
In the MC2 universe, which is Spider-Girl's universe, his son is J2.
No, Juggernaut's better.
Juggernugget. Juggernaut. So what do you think of the episode?
Well, first of all, in the, you know the flicky through comic bits at the start?
Yeah.
It sounded like a toilet was flushing. Both me and Catherine heard that. I don't know.
Did you need the toilet at the time?
No.
Okay, that's unusual in itself.
What
What-
ethnicity was your guy Claw? Because I have him down as Russian, but he wasn't Russian.
South African, I think.
Because he sounded slightly German, slightly Russian. I just said
South African is slightly German, slightly British. African.
like a mix.
Yeah, it is.
I said he looks very pasty.
He probably does, because he's the bad guy. He's not meant to look good.
He's pasty as anything.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I always think that Johnny Depp and Robert Downey Jr. are very similar. I don't know why.
Do you know what we're talking about here?
Yeah, no, because in the intro thing, then Tony Stark was in it.
Is it because they both have a goatee?
No, I don't know why. Also, I never recognised Johnny Depp unless he's, can't remember what.
Johnny Depp was not in this.
You're going a bit off topic here.
Yeah, this is going off top. Do you know who played Claw? Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker.
He was. Isn't he gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or something?
I don't
Where
know.
did you hear this?
I don't know.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
When they refer to their boss, the evil people, why do they never call them by their name? Did they not know their name or?
It's
Yeah,
so that if there's someone eavesdropping, they don't hear the name.
Or just so it's a way of the storyteller letting you know that somebody is a boss.
Yeah, but do they actually know the name?
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're hired through multiple people.
Maybe that's the
So
actual
they don't-
name.
So they don't know the actual one. When he was looking at the vibranium stuff, I was wondering, does he always wear that suit under his stuff? Because he was just, it looked like he had just come in from a wee, rendezvous. Or
It
not
could be
rendezvous,
his science outfit. I will do science the same way I've got gardening clothes. and I'll put them
Science
on.
outfit is his shrinking suit.
Yeah, it worked for him.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because he said that, wait, what's the guy with the like half grey, half non-grey hair?
Nick
Fury.
Nick Fury.
So he was saying that he sent him to test whether vibranium was like safe for humans. Why would he send a human to test if something's safe for humans?
Because he's technically he's like medically enhanced or something like that.
Yeah, but he's still human.
But he's also a scientist.
Yeah.
But
And he can go out and shrink down, so if there is an explosion, it doesn't cause that
it
much.
might not be. Oh, this is
But this is the first mention of vibranium,
toxic.
and the first mention of Wakanda.
When he shrank down his office, I found a wee doll from the other day, and I used to have this. It was like a tiny wee. I think it was either
Lenny
a
Kelly's?
shoe. No, it was either a shoe or a heart, but it was a toy. But it was, you opened it up like a suitcase, and it was basically the doll's house, and it reminded me of that kind of.
Was that those like school shoe ones?
No. It was, I don't know what they were called. They weren't called Polly Pockets because they're bigger, they're a lot bigger, but it was like.
Was that like the wee lemony looking one? With like the blonde hair?
The one I showed you the other
Yeah.
day. Yeah, it doesn't look like a
It's
lemon.
like a lemon to me.
Okay. But it's like just about the size of your palm. The wee thing.
Where's this going?
Yeah, where is this going?
I said his little micro office looked like that when he shrank down his office.
Oh, that like okay.
I just wanted to pick up and you just go.
He probably does that, like in the movies where he has
But the
the
thing
big
is,
office
how
block.
is it not heavy? Because I thought it was the same weight. Because is he not the same weight small as big or?
Maybe, so did he use like a gun or something? Or like some.
He
Pin
press buttons.
particles.
Yeah, he probably like made it so it does that or something.
Because in that Ant-Man movie, one of them, there's a.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah,
with the
because your
story.
guy has a tank on his keychain.
Yes,
And you're
but
like.
is it a tank shrunk down or is it a toy tank shrunk up? Shrunk up? Grown up, unshrunk.
Unshrunk.
No, it can't be unshrunk if it was originally shrunk.
Embiggen.
Embiggened, we'll use that word. Right, anyway, back to the story.
You know when they're small, like the bad guys, and they're in the grass.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that place we went to in Florida.
Oh, in Disney, yeah.
Life thing.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
No, it reminded me of. So, I saw the Dora movie with my friends, like, I don't know how many years ago what it was, probably like 2 or something. And there was like a scene in that, and it reminded me of that. It was just weird.
Would you care to explain the scene, maybe?
They were tiny and in grass. Don't.
What? In Dora they became tiny?
Yeah.
I've got to see this movie. We've got to see this
When's
movie.
it coming on TV?
It's a weird movie.
Yeah, but I want to see it.
It's Dora the Explorer, the live action movie. Of course it's weird.
So you know when he's like transforming into being smaller?
Yeah.
Why do they never think of shooting them then? Because that's when they're like...
I thought that because he pressed his button, and then you saw the PIM particles go up his suit, and I thought, that's a very long time.
Like, all you need to do is just go bang and then they're...
Maybe it was slowed
Done
down
for.
for dramatic effect.
Well, it was done for dramatic effect. So we've got the idea here that Hank Pym isn't really interested in being a hero, he's more interested in the science. But what about the Wasp?
Oh, the butterflies are very pretty at the start of her scene. Wait, you know the way there's an Ant-Man, and there's the Wasp, and there's Spider-Man, and there's Black Widow, and is there a butterfly superhero person? Because there should be.
There's moth ones.
No, that's not a butterfly.
Gypsy moth.
I drew a butterfly superhero when I was like 3.
You drew when you were 3.
I don't know what age I was.
You would basically be a fairy.
Okay, well
you had
there's
wings.
Sure, there was fairies
okay.
in that one
And
with Captain America, because they just left. Because you know the way, like...
In all the tubes.
Yeah.
Oh, those were sort of mythical creatures.
And technically you could also be camouflaged because most butterflies are camouflaged as well.
By being brightly coloured.
I think no,
Hi.
no, they're
I will wear my
they're
brightest
brightly
shirt.
coloured on the inside, but they're not on the outside. They look like a dry, crumpled leaf on the outside.
Yeah,
sometimes.
so you know the Wasp? So, I've never seen it. Well, I tried to watch it a bit in German, but that didn't go very well. So it's this show called The Winx Club. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. It's about, like, fairy people. She kind of looked like one out of that. I've only ever
People
watched
who
part.
run boats that go across rivers.
Why didn't they just use bug spray?
Oh, blimey. You've got to read Ultimates. Ultimates is like another version of the Avengers, where Hank Pym gets really cross with Wasp and tries to kill her with insect spray.
Wait, isn't there a thing that if you put conkers on your windowsill, like, bugs don't get in?
It's spiders.
Does it actually?
Does it work?
If you hit them in the right place. What about the big house? Do you think that's a good idea for a jail?
Oh, right.
It was very, like... Did they shrink an actual house or just make a tiny one?
It looks like Buckingham Palace a bit.
It looks very architecturally fancy.
Well, you could do both. You could just make a doll's house and shrink it. No, keep it the same size. Yeah. Did you recognise the guards?
They look like Ultron a bit, that's what I thought.
That will come into it later in either this series or the next one. Must be this series.
Alright, so you know the bit where they're down the town and then there's the...
Whirlwind?
That guy.
He has big calves.
I am talking.
I don't care.
Shush.
He has big calves.
Shush. Why is her first thought to shoot it? Like, oh, you see a tornado going down the town. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna, shoot that.
It was like moving in and out of traffic, so it's evidently not natural. And B, it was green.
And C, she probably saw the big calves.
They were massive though.
The 4 prisons will come into play in the next episode.
I was wondering, the way Antman could go very, very small and very big.
I hate these questions.
Can the Wasp go as small and as big, or can she just go one size small and then normal?
Usually she just goes one size small. In the comics, she can go like up and down that size.
Because in the movie, she can go the same size as him. Because he was.
Because it's the same technology.
Yeah, because in the thing, he was riding an ant, and she was a lot bigger than the ant.
Maybe no, but I think she just went back to normal size.
Yeah, there's that as well.
So they can go really big and really small. Can they go really wide and really tall?
I think you're in proportion.
6 foot wide person.
So if it's not like it becomes 1 block becomes 2 blocks tall, but it becomes 2 blocks tall and 2 blocks wide. That sort of in proportion.
The Wasp's outfit matched the taxis, and I don't know.
Keep an eye on her outfits.
Thought I'd write that down.
Did it change?
Well, in the comics, it changes a lot. I can't remember if it does in the cartoon. In the comics, it gets such a stage. I was listening to the Acts of Vengeance crossover podcasts, and some of them were talking about the Wasp. She changes it just after a fight before she goes off to rescue somebody else.
So the way the police car was ripped in half?
Yes.
The guy driving
hilariously
must have been holding that way too wide hard.
Well, Catherine, you see this tornado coming towards you. What do? You hold on for dear life.
Surely his arm would just rip off or something.
Okay, these are 4. These were originally as 4 micro episodes, and you can actually see the joins in this one. You can see where each story was compared to other ones that flowed through more, and especially at the end where you get to Wakanda. What was your thought about Wakanda?
I haven't finished my stuff about
Neither have I.
Okay.
I thought she looked like she had very funky wireless headphones on.
The whirlwind guy looks like he's playing ultimate frisbee.
You know in the helicarrier.
Yes.
Where there was a woman at the desk searching.
Was she playing Galactica?
She looks like Morticia Adams. She does, with the long black hair, pasty face.
Ant-Man's suit kind of looks like Deadpool's. I've never seen Deadpool or anything, but I just know what his suit looks like. Kind of looks similar.
I'm not a fan of Deadpool.
I've only ever seen him in the Logan movie it was in. He was
in one of the X-Men movie.
No?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was just like a clone, just like a blob though.
He was bald.
Oh yes, sorry, I was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. I got the very first comic with Deadpool in it, and I wasn't a fan from that point. I see the appeal, and I appreciate the fact that other people can like him, but not me.
We're not big swearers. Kind of hard to listen to something with lots of swearing as if it's a word the.
But also, they're talking. Some people think he should take over from Stan Lee. No, it's daft idea.
I reckon the old Captain America should take over from Stan Lee.
I reckon they just forget about it and just put in comic book creators, but don't have one particular person who's in everyone. It was a good joke with Stan Lee because he was one of the architects of the Marvel Universe.
You know the guy that was fighting the Black Panther boyo for the...
M'Baka.
That guy.
M'Baka.
I thought he was a Yeti at first.
He's massive!
With his
Yeah, the white
thing.
he's the
white monkey or something.
White monkey.
Gorilla. Gorillas versus panthers.
Do you remember the Black Panther movie?
Yeah.
We haven't got to that in our watch through again. He's the one in the mountains.
Yeah, is he the one with the chair and he's like something
They're
about
vegetarian.
vegan?
Vegetarians
Yeah.
who eat fish because they were out fishing and they found T'Challa.
Maybe they're fishing to keep them as pets.
Yes, that's
And
cool.
also,
with
it's
that.
easier to say vegetarian than pescatarian because no one knows what a pescatarian is.
True. I don't care
Or
what
maybe
religion you are.
Maybe they were Maybe they were collecting water.
What did you think about Wakanda?
First of all, Black Panther has a cape. T'Chaka had a cape
When?
at the very start when he
In
was
the
standing
fight?
up at his
All right.
throne. Immediately he went, no capes.
In the comics, Black Panther's gone through quite a few outfits, including a Captain America type mask.
Why was his mask like breakable, like brittle? Because like I thought it was like Spider-Man's one, like material type thing.
And if it broke, why did it break? If it was vibrating?
It symbolizes
Death.
I think it's more that. It's symbolic.
yeah.
Oh, somebody remembers her English literature. Anything else?
M'Baka cheated.
Yes, that's the whole point. He cheated. He brought in a ringer.
Foul play. Yeah.
Yes, it was. And this will play later on.
I reckon what it did was it just went and sucked the vibranium and all the strongness out of you.
Well, it was a vibration thing. So,
It vibrated elsewhere then.
yeah.
So you know the big throne seat thing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's a lot of chairs to get to it. Like maybe that's why there is a seat up there because of all the stairs to get up to it.
Yeah, just so you can
Either
have a
that,
wee rest.
or he just jump. Just go. Pew!
That could be.
Have a wee elevator.
Oh, Wakanda was giving me major Egyptian vibes because they were wearing like kind of Egyptian-esque, Roman-esque robes.
Well,
like ancient Egypt.
They're both in Africa.
Aye, but not ancient Egypt. When it showed you the view from when, at the very, very end, the very last scene of T'Challa in the suit, and it gave you the view of Wakanda, the buildings, it kind of looked like, what's your underwater thing, Aquaman?
Aquaman.
No, it didn't look
Atlantis.
like Atlantis, yeah, it hadn't looked like that.
Oh, so you know the bit, I don't know where it was or what part of the story it was, but it was a bit where there was like weird smooth buildings, like a landscape.
Okay.
Kind of reminded me of Gallifrey because I didn't have to paint it, but I painted it for art one time and I regretted it. It was the.
Okay, so what did you think of that episode? It was actually better than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it was kind of like a 2 for the price of 1.
It was, because you got
off.
Antman and Wasp and Black Panther. This is the cartoon series that made me like Black Panther. Before I was very and now I understand them because it's cartoon series.
But if we want to find out about Ant-Man or Wasp or Black Panther, where do we go?
Oh, you've thrown me in it now.
Yeah.
I have only prepared Ant-Man.
There's too many main characters.
I haven't read a lot about Ant-Man, and he changes himself quite a lot. But I think the best one is from Avengers 93, Volume 1, A Journey to the Center of an Android, where the Vision is comatose, and they bring in Ant-Man to go inside Vision.
That's like an episode of something where Batman is in a coma and they bring in some shrinkable man to go inside of Batman.
And Journey, and the Dalek one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. For Wasp, I would go for the Roger Stern run in Avengers, where Wasp becomes the chairperson, which is kind of the 250s to 270s of Avengers, somewhere around that line. It crosses over with Secret Wars and Secret Wars 2 and things like that, and also the destruction of Avengers Mansion as well. A really good, strong version of the Wasp, and not this flighty girl who's just interested in clothes. She becomes a really good leader in that. So the Roger Stern run, drawn a lot by John Buscema. Black Panther, I don't know. I got a lot of free Black Panther comics when Comixology did
You
it.
gave one to me.
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it yet either.
I've only read him as a secondary character, like in the Fantastic Four. So I'd be interesting to hear what other people say is a really good Black Panther run, and I might read it as well.
Comment down below.
Okay, and that is it. Next time, we are going to be looking at the two-parter.
We're doing both.
We're doing both.
We're not going to leave them hanging on the cliff.
No, because this has taken a long time as it is.
I thought this was going to be our whole series. We kind of have to.
We're doing the whole series, but it'll take us like a couple of years at the rate we're going. So we're going to do the two-parter in one go. You two will have to do notes for two of them. Let's see if we can keep them quiet long enough to watch it. If you would like to contact us, you can by email.
Marksmess@gmail.com.
On Twitter.
At Markmess Podcast without the T.
On the webpage, marksmesspodcasts.blogspot.com, which I still have to update again since the last time. And on Facebook.
Marksmess Podcast.
And thank you to all those that have commented, and thank you very much to Josh Woodward of joshwoodward.com for the title music.
Do you think he actually listens to this podcast?
Oh no, I don't think very many. It's just you, the three of us.
I don't listen to it.
I don't listen to it.
Well, it's a good job, because if you find out what I actually put in, just me and
But you know
the other
what you
person,
do listen to?
and the other person, you're very important.
Mark's 50 for 50.
Which we talked about earlier on.
Yeah.
Will we say goodbye?
Bye.
See you later. Bye.